Okay. Welcome to all the devotees to our weekly discussion of Bhagavatam. Last week, we discussed how, under what circumstances, even whatever one does, it is not proper. One may do thing, but doing a particular activity, if it is not accompanied by utterings of Om Tassat or Krishna Arpanamastu, etc., it is not a proper activity. It is there in Bhagavad Gita, and same thing Shukracharya was also telling to Bali Maharaj. You just promise that I will give you charity, but you did not say Om. So the statement is not a valid statement, even you can get away with it. That is not a wrong, that is not a fault. So in that way, Shukracharya trying to tell, if at all you give charity, this person is not an ordinary person, is Lord Vishnu himself. In 2 steps only, he will take everything. There is nothing left for you to give in 3rd step. Then you will be making a false promise for which you will go to hell for long time. And not only that, after you give everything to it, even Lord Vishnu does not want anything, he will give it to your enemy only, Indra. And you are going to make the entire Asura community shelterless. Kindly think about all these things, then do what you want. Some not do what you want, not like Bhagavad Gita. Just think about all these things and say no to this person, that I cannot give you charity, something like that. That was the intent of Shukracharya. Now in this chapter we'll see what was the response of Bali and what happened afterwards. The 20th chapter describes how Bali Maharaja ignores the advice of Shukracharya, and though knowing the identity of Lord Vishnu, grants Lord Vishnu's request of 3 steps in charity. On receiving his boon, Lord Vamana is overjoyed and Lord Vamana becomes Trivikrama. That is the topic of this chapter, and today we'll try to see how Lord Vamana became Trivikrama, the huge person occupying the entire universe. We'll try to discuss today till the end of the chapter. It is medium sized chapter only. We only 34 verses are there, not many notes are also there. We'll try to discuss how Vamana became Trivikrama today. So as Bali was about to confirm his utterance of the words that okay, take the charity, okay, so be it, he was about to offer water. Before that, Shukracharya was trying to stop him from behind. So he heard patiently whatever Shukracharya said. Now Bali would be responding. He will respond in the first 13 verses. Then Shukracharya, he said, no, I have to give charity. Then Shukracharya becomes displeased. Shukracharya curses him that may you lose whatever you possess. Till now, it is by the blessings of Shukracharya, Bali was so powerful. And Lord Vamana came, the Lord Vishnu came as Lord Vamana only for this purpose. He has to trick in such a way, Shukracharya should be displeased by Bali and Shukracharya should withdraw his blessings upon Bali so that Bali can be bankrupted. That was the whole thing. In the sense, from externally speaking, the kingdom can be taken from Bali and given it to Indra. So that was the point. So let's continue. Sri Shuka Uvacha
Shri Shuka Uvacha
Balirevam Gruhapatim
Balirevam Grahapati
Kulacharyena Bhashitah
Kulacharyena Bhashitaha
Tushnim Bhutva Kshanam Rajan
Tushnim Bhutva Kshanam Rajan
Uvacha Vahito Gurum.
Uvacha Vahito Guru. Shri Shukdev Goswami said, O Parikshit, when Bali Maharaj was thus advised by his spiritual master Shukracharya, his family priest, he remained silent for some time, and then, after full deliberation, he replied to his spiritual master as follows.
So he took some time, little bit time he took, and then he will respond. He want to contemplate. So in that way, O king, when Bali Maharaja, the master of his house, Gruhapati, was thus advised by Shukracharya, who is called as Kulacharyena. He is the Acharya for the entire Asura his family priest. He remained silent for a moment, and then, after full deliberation, he replied to his guru as follows. Now Bali will be responding. Bali was silent for a moment. He discerned that if his guru advised something against the desire of the Lord, then there would be no fault in disobeying his instructions. So Bali was thinking that if this dwarf Brahmana is Lord Vishnu, what is Lord Vishnu's desire and what is the desire of Shukracharya? Are both the desires are in same concurrence or opposite? Then whose desire should I follow? Whose desire should I fulfill? So just to come to a conclusion, it took some time. So he was deliberating. Then let us see what is the deliberation of Bali Maharaj and what is the decision he takes. Sri Bali Ruvacha
श्रीबलिर्वाच
Satyam Bhagavata Proktam
सत्यं भगवता प्रोक्तं
धर्मोऽयं गृहमेदिनाम्
धर्मोऽयं गृहमेदिनाम्
अर्थं कामं यशो वृत्तिम्
अर्थं कामं यशो वृत्तिं
यो न बाधेत कर्हिचित्.
यो न बाधेत कर्हिचित्. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bali Maharaj said, as you have already stated, the principle of religion does not hinder one's economic development, sense gratification, fame, and means of livelihood is the real occupational duty of the householder. I also think that this religious principle is correct. Hare Krishna.
So Bali Maharaj is speaking. As you have already stated, the principle of religion that does not hinder one's economic development, sense gratification, fame, and means of livelihood is the real duty of the householder. Yes, what you have spoken is actually generally true. That is what is considered for a householder. For a householder to take care of himself, to care of his dependents, so one should endeavor for artha and kama. And also yesho, for these three one should perform one's vrutti, one's dharma, one's whatever prescribed duty. So that is really true. There is nothing doubt in that. One will obstruct dharma by disobeying the guru, but one will obstruct bhakti by disobeying the Lord, most worthy of worship, whom one recognizes as such. So indirectly, Bali Maharaj is indicating that yes, you as a guru instructing us, a householder, how to follow dharma. Perfect. By doing whatever you say, we are following the guru. By not doing, we are obstructing the guru. But however, indirectly, you are only speaking about dharma, but you are not speaking about bhakti. He hinted about it. My dear Shukracharya ji, you spoke about the principles of dharma. That is perfectly right for general householder. But you did not consider bhakti. Because the person who is standing in front of Lord Vishnu, when Lord Vishnu is asking us something from us, how can we deny that? That is against the principle of bhakti. Bhakti means offering everything to the Lord. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. That is bhakti. That is the definition of bhakti. For the sake of bhakti, one can give up on dharma. But what you are saying, for the sake of dharma, give up the Lord Vishnu. So, he did not say it directly, he indirectly hinted it. So, then let us see what else he speaks. Sachaham vittalobena
सचाहं
वित्तलोभेन
प्रत्याचक्षे कथं द्विजम्
प्रत्याचक्षे कथं विजम्
प्रतिश्रुत्या ददामीति
प्रतिश्रुत्य ददामीति
प्राह्रादिकितवो यथा.
प्रह्लादिकितवो यथा. I am the grandson of Maharaj Prahlad. How can I withdraw my promise? because of greed for money, when I have already said that I shall give this land? How can I behave like an ordinary cheater, especially towards a Brahmana?
Hmm. Now, Bali Maharaj is trying to say something not on his own behalf. Hey, this is what I think I should be doing like this. No, no. He is telling about his predecessors. My predecessors did it. Then, if I don't follow, that will be a great disreputation towards my family. So, in the name of the previous generation, the name of the family reputation, you want to dissuade the thing. How can I, grandson of Prahlada, like a cheater, withdraw my promise because of greed for money when I have already said that I shall give this land? How can I behave like an ordinary cheater, especially towards a Brahmana? Even my father, knowingly, when Indra came as a Brahmana, gave his life. What to speak of giving some wealth here and there? My father gave his life. My grandfather, for the sake of surrendering to Vishnu, he had to go through multiple trials where he was executed by his own father, Hiranyakashipu. So how can I, a grandson of Prahlada, say no to Lord Vishnu? For the sake of Lord Vishnu, my grandfather went through lot of trials. So that's how he took the name of his grandfather. And my father gave life for a disguised Brahmana only. Then what to speak of a real Brahmana? And the small boy sitting in front of us is not only a real Brahmana, he is the son of Kashyapa Muni, and is also Lord Vishnu himself, Brahmanya Devaya. He is Brahmana as well as the Brahmanya Devaya. So how can we say no? So like that. I am the grandson of Prahlada. My nature is to be favorable to the Lord. This is the hidden indication. So being the grandson of Prahlad, I should be surrendering to Lord Vishnu. So otherwise, it will be a black spot onto Prahlad Maharaj. Like that, he's telling. Prahlada had already planted the seed of bhakti in his heart by his mercy. Now he would achieve perfection by attaining prema by the mercy of Vamana Deva. So previously, when Bali completed that Vishwajit Yajna, Shukracharya completed performed that Vishwajit Yajna. That time Prahlad Maharaj offered a wonderful garland, a spiritual garland. So at that time he was ambitious. He wanted to conquer and he was do it. That time Prahlad Maharaj did not teach him so much philosophy and all. He just put a garland across him. So that is like nowadays when outside people talk so much, we just give some prasadam or we just give some book. By eating prasadam, by slowly by reading book, they eventually become devotees. So giving prasadam or giving some book is like planting a seed. Eventually, when favorable circumstances come, the seed will fructify into the plant. Same thing, the garland and the blessing that Prahlad gave long back, now they are coming to germination. Now Lord Vishnu himself is there. By the presence of Lord Vishnu, that seed of bhakti planted by Prahlada is germinating and fructifying. So like that we can say. So that's why he is taking the name of Prahlad at this. Otherwise, why would he take the name of Prahlad? He would have taken name of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha only. So, but he has taken Prahlad name because the seed is fructifying. It is said, Krupa Siddha Yajnapatni Vairochani Shukadaya. The wives of the Brahmanas in Raja, Bali Maharaj, and Sukadeva Goswami achieved perfection by mercy. These three are examples of Krupa Siddhi. This is quoted in Rupa Goswami by quoted in Bhaktivedanta Sindhu by Rupa Goswami. So these are the three people are example of Krupa Siddhas. So Bali Maharaj is one. The seed was sown by Prahlada that time when he offered him garland. Now the seed is fructifying because of the auspicious presence of Lord Vishnu. So in Lord Vishnu's presence, how can he not perform bhakti? So definitely. So you should. So in that way. नयि असत्यात् परो धर्म
न हि असत्यात् परो धर्म
इति होवाच भूरियम्
इति होवाच भूरियम्
सर्वं सोढुम् अलं मन्ये
सर्वं सोढुम् अलं मन्ये
ऋते लीका परं नरम्
ऋते लीका परं नरम्. There is nothing more sinful than untruthfulness. Because of this, Mother Earth once said, I can bear any heavy thing except a person who is a liar.
The earth said, there is nothing more sinful than untruthfulness. I think I can bear any heavy thing except a person who is a liar. This concept is mentioned many places. This concept was also mentioned in the 10th canto when Bhudevi approaches Brahma that I am not able to bear the weight of the sinful people. 12th canto also same concept comes. Bhumi Gita will be there. 2-3 verses are there. Bhumi Gita. There also says I cannot tolerate the liars. Untruthfulness, liars are those who are ignorant of bhakti or such kind of people, etc. Ignorant of the Lord. So in that way. So then, because Mother Earth cannot tolerate the liars, so how can I continue to live by speaking lie, by not giving to Lord Vishnu? So in that way. There is one point. Shukracharya was saying, na, when you giving charity, you should say Om. Then the charity becomes meaningful. Otherwise, it is not meaningful. But the Om should be said when the charity is given to somebody else. When we are giving charity to somebody else, we should say Om. It is like I am offering it to Lord Vishnu and this person is represented Lord Vishnu. But now Bali Maharaj had a person in front of him is Lord Vishnu himself. When he is offering something to Lord Vishnu, whether you say Om, whether you don't say Om, because when you know that is it Lord Vishnu, I am giving to Lord Vishnu, so there is no need to say Om once again. It is redundant. When we are giving it to somebody, because somebody should not be given, it should be given to Lord. So we should chant Om or Krishna Arpanamastu. When we say it is offered to Krishna and Krishna is giving to this person. Something like that. But if you are directly giving it to Krishna, just give it. Whether you say Om, whether you don't say Om, it does not make much difference. So that is the point. That's why he says that liar. So when I am giving it to Vishnu, if the person receiving the charity is Vishnu, there is no need to say Om once again. So if I don't fulfill the charity, I will be the liar. And Mother Earth will not bear my weight. It is very difficult. So like that, he is telling one more point. Other point is in relation to Prahlad Maharaj. Now this point is in relation to the lies. Then further he says, Naham bibemi nirayan
Naham bibhemi nirayan
nadanyada sukarnavad
nan yad
nadan nadanyada sukarnavad
nadhan yad asukarnavat
nastana chavanan mrityor
nasthana chavanan mrityor
yata vipra pralambanat.
yatha yatha vipra pralabhanat. I do not fear hell, poverty, or an ocean of distress, fall down from my position, or even death itself, as much as I fear cheating a Brahmana.
Even you said, na, if I give this charity, I'll go to hell. But I am not worried about going to hell. I do not fear hell. I do not fear property, an ocean of distress, fall from my position, or even death itself, as much as I fear cheating a Brahmana. The same verse was spoken by Rahuguna. Rahugana at the end, when he realized that the palanquin carrier, the dumb looking personality, is actually a great soul, then he says, I'm really fearful of displeasing a Brahmana and displeasing a Vaishnava. Even I am ready to fight with Yamaraj, but I cannot displease a Brahmana and a Vaishnava. So please forgive me. And finally, he fell flat at the feet of Brahmana Bharata and begged forgiveness from him. So in that way. So he says same thing. Adanyat means poverty. So in that way. Yad
Hare
yad.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Pruj.
Prabhuji, why do they give so much respect to a Brahmana? Because he is a devotee of the Lord, that is why.
Ah, traditionally, culturally, Brahmana is considered to be the head of Lord Vishnu. Brahmana is Bhudeva. Brahmana is considered to be the supreme Lord in the earth. The supreme Lord himself living on the earth. See, for example, no need to worry about general Brahmana in general. Brahmana in general should be considered the Guru. So what respect we offer to Guru? The same respect should be offered to each and every Brahmana, because every Brahmana is a Guru in one sense. In our personal condition, what kind of respect we offer to Guru, that kind of respect should be offered to each and every Guru. Every Brahmana deserves some same respect.
Prabhuji, how can you apply this in today's time when you don't know who is a real Brahmana, who is just very much
Of course, see, offering respect ये क्या होता है उसमें? We are not expecting that you should surrender to them completely. Offer respect. That's all. Like in our Vaishnava community also, whoever it is, everyone whomsoever we meet, we fold our hand and say Haribol Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. We address everyone Prabhu. We are addressing in the knowingly or unknowingly, we may accept, we may not accept, but we are addressing them as Prabhu, means master. You are my master. At least courtesy will be there. Today's situation may be different, but this is general. Even what to speak of that, even the Indian culture may, it is there na, Atiti Devo Bhava. Every Atiti should be treated as Deva. Deva means Lord. Matu Devo Bhava, Pitur Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Ati Devo Bhava. All these four people should be treated as the Supreme Lord himself. Sakshat Haritvena.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
But in our day-to-day dealings, we may not be so conscious, we may not be so serious and all. But this is what is expected. Doing that is good for us only. See, offering respects, nothing will go. But when we are receiving knowledge from them, we should be careful. Whom to receive knowledge, whom not to receive knowledge, we should be careful. But we can offer respects to everyone. Bhagavatam says we need to offer respect to even for the grass also, because everywhere Paramatma is there. So, in that way, our Brahmana Bharata, he was not willing to harm the ants also. Of course, practically it will be difficult, but this is when we are conscious, when we are mindful, we should be we should be careful. So at least, so in that way. यद्यद्दास्यसि लोकेऽस्मिन्
यद्यध्यास्यति लोकेऽस्मिन्
सम्परेतं धनादिकम्
सम्परेतं धनादिकं
तस्य त्यागे निमित्तं किम्
तस्य त्यागे निमित्तं किम्
विप्रस्तुष्येन्न न तेन चेत्.
विप्रस्तुष्येन्न तेन चेत्. My Lord, you can also see that all the material opulences of this world are certainly separated from their possessor at death. Therefore, if the Brahmana Vamandev is not satisfied by whatever gift one has given, why not please him with the riches one is destined to lose at death?
What is the use of wealth one leaves behind on dying? Should it not be used to satisfy a Brahmana? So, another point. What is the use of amassing so much wealth and leaving behind after death? Instead, let it be used to serve the Brahmana. Because from Shastra point of view, Brahmana is a representative of the Lord. So, like that, we should take. So in that way, if by your order a Brahmana is not satisfied by charity, what is the result of that wealth which one gives up on dying anyway? Therefore, it is better for me to give all my wealth for his pleasure. So, like that. Lord Ramachandra, after coming back to Ayodhya after coronation, later on he performed one yajna along with Mother Sita at that time. Our ninth canto Bhagavatam says, maybe very soon we will study also. They performed one yajna. That time Mother Sita was also there with Lord Rama. At that time, Lord Rama offered the entire kingdom to the Brahmanas. There are four Ritvijas, four priests, Hota, Udgata, Advaryu and Brahma. For four of them, he offered four directions, east, west, north, south. The central province, he offered to Vasishta. And Mother Sita offered everything, whatever she possessed. In Telugu, there is a concept called Niluvu Dopidi. Sometimes some devotees they go to Tirumala, we wearing lot of jewelry, and after taking darshan of the Lord, when they come to Hundi, they take out all the jewelry except Mangala Sutra. They take out all the jewelry and put it in the Hundi. That is called Niluvu Dopidi. Niluvu Dopidi means somebody comes and takes away all your wealth, robs you of all your wealth. Okay, chapati. So, Niluvu Dopidi is that as if somebody came and looted you completely, one offers everything one possesses in the hundi. That is being followed even today in Tirumala. Some people do like that. Whatever they have at that point of time, they will offer everything to the Lord. So same way, one can offer everything one has unto the Lord or Lord's representative. Same thing. Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanvraja. Surrendering to the Lord means offering everything unto the Lord, whatever we possess. Surrendering ourselves, surrendering our possessions to the Lord. So either Lord or Lord's representative. So you are telling me not to give charity to this Brahmana who is Lord's representative, and more than that is Brahmana himself is Lord Vishnu. So how is that? What will I do with that wealth? Anyway, one day I will die. After death, anyway, that will not come with me. So that point he mentions. Though he knows Vishnu is the Lord, he does not give respect, obeisances, and prayers to Lord by his increased bhakti in order not to give sorrow to Shukracharya and other demons. He addresses the Lord as a Brahmana in order to hide his bhava for the Lord. He still is addressing Lord Vamana as Brahmana, Brahmana, Brahmana. So because he don't want to exhibit his bhakti in front of all the asuras, because all the asuras trusted him till now. So if he suddenly changes the party, asuras will be disheartened. So not to disturb them, so he is simply saying Brahmana, Brahmana. So he is still speaking from Shastra only. So Brahmana should be given everything. Whoever he may be, if he has come in Brahmana's form, he should be given everything. So like that. We can see a lot of examples also. Jarasandha was approached by Lord Krishna, Bhima and Arjuna like Brahmanas, asking for a charity. And Jarasandha said, okay, take whatever charity you want. So Indra came to Karna as a Brahmana. So Karna also gave charity. Because it does not matter whether person is good or bad. When Brahmana comes, charity should be given. So everyone followed. So same thing. So in that way. Even Durvasa came to Pandavas asking for food. Yudhishthira Maharaj supposed to offer the food, but Draupadi already ate from Akshay Patra. Akshay Patra cannot provide food, and they are worried. A Brahmana came to our home asking for some prasadam in charity, and we are not able to do, and we are ruined. We are going to hell for rest of eternity. Like that, they were thinking. So offering charity to Brahmana is one of the important thing. So in that way. Shreya kuruvanti bhutanam
Deya kurvanti putanam
sadhavo dustya jasudvi
साधवो दुस्त्यजा शुभि
दद्यंशिबी प्रभृतया
दध्यंशिभि प्रभृतया तयः
को विकल्पो दरादिषु.
को विकल्पो धरादिषु. Dadichi, Shibi, and many other great personalities were willing to sacrifice even their lives for the benefit of the people in general. This is the evidence of history. So why not give up this insignificant land? What is the serious consideration against it?
Hmm. People like Dadichi and Shibi, they were willing to offer their life, but my life is not at stake. I was only asked for some land. So what is the problem in giving some land? So why we need to hesitate in giving some insignificant land? So like that is telling. So then Shukracharya might have asked, you want to give everything? Please show some previous examples of this. Did somebody give everything? Like that Shukracharya might have asked. For which he is telling that people like Dadichi Shibi, they gave their life. They acted for the good of all beings. So how much more one should sacrifice one's life with identity of I if Vishnu comes to my house? For people in general, they gave their life. If Vishnu himself came to our house, can't we not give land? We should give much more than that, but can't we give insignificant land? So like that, he's saying. What hesitation should I have for land which is subjected to my possessiveness? I should not hesitate, but will definitely give it to this Brahmana. So, if this Brahmana himself is Vishnu, then how can we not give? So, indirectly he's telling that, but he's not taking the name of Vishnu, not to displease his Asura fellow mates. So, in that way. Yairiyambubuje Brahman
Yeire iyam bujhe bhuje
Yairiyambubuje Brahman
eriye iyam bubuje
Daitendrer Anivartibhi
Brahman daitrindriya anbrit anivartibhi
Tesham Kalograsilokan
esam kalograsi lokan
Nayasho Adigatam Bhuvi.
nayasho adigatam bhuvi. Translation: O best of Brahmanas, certainly the great demonic kings who were never reluctant to fight enjoyed this world, but in due course of time, everything they had was taken away except their reputation by which they continue to exist. In other words, one should try to achieve a good reputation instead of anything else. Hare Krishna.
Here is saying that, oh Brahmana, time has destroyed all enjoyment of demoniac kings who did not turn from battle and who enjoyed the earth, but time has not destroyed whatever reputation they achieved. Our enjoyment, we being king, our wealth, all these things will be taken away by time. But our name will not be taken away by time. The name will remain for the rest of eternity. So that's what he says. Without regard for future reputation, one should not give away one's temporary assets. So Shukracharya might have said, without regard for future reputation, one should not give away one's temporary assets. So Shukracharya thinking that the reputation is like you being the king. You are glorified for the rest of eternity. Matlab, for the future, if you continue to be the king, you will be glorified as the king, Jai King, like that. Are you not interested in that reputation? Then Balimara says, I do not subscribe to this philosophy. Time has taken the present and afterlife enjoyment of kings who did not turn from the battle, who enjoyed the earth. So people might have conquered the kingdoms, might have established themselves as the great kings, might have enjoyed great opulences, but time destroyed all of them. Time destroyed it all. Lokan refers to the enjoyment of different planets, but time did not destroy the fame they achieved. Therefore, one should attain fame and nothing else. The fame not by being as a king, but by the fame of giving a great charity. Like Dadichi, other person who was that. So they attained the fame which remained eternally. Shibi Maharaj, Harishchandra, their fame is eternal.
Vitrasur.
Urtrasur, what fame? In relation to charity,
Oh, okay.
giving charity and all. Yeah. Dadichi, Shibi, Harishchandra, even Rantideva, these people's fame for giving charity is remaining eternal, not they being kings. So in that way. Therefore, one should attain fame and nothing else. However, even this statement is only for pleasing Shukracharya and other demons. Bali did not have regard for fame since he was a pure devotee. By becoming a pure devotee, he was not concerned about all these things, but externally to speak. So we should never go behind giving charity, otherwise we will get wrong reputation. So we should even at the sake of at the for the sake of giving charity, we can give up our life also, like that it is. सुलभायुधि विप्रर्षे
सुलभायुधि विप्रर्षे
हि अनिवृत्तास्तनुत्यजा
यनिवृत्तास्तनुत्यजा
न तथा तीर्थ आयाते
न तथा तीर्थ आयाते
श्रद्धया ये धनत्यजात्.
श्रद्धया ये धन त्यजा. O best of the Brahmanas, many men have laid down their lives on the battlefield, being unafraid of fighting. But rarely has one gotten the chance to give his accumulated wealth faithfully to a saintly person who creates holy places.
So here Bali Maharaj is saying that, O best of the Brahmanas, many men have laid down their lives on the battlefield, fearless in fighting, but rarely has one obtained the chance to give his accumulated wealth when there is an opportunity for giving charity. Normally, the warriors give away their kingdom after being defeated in the battlefield, after being killed in the battlefield. That is anyway obvious. You have been defeated, you have been killed, the kingdom will go to somebody else. There is not much no need to analysis required. But Jiteji, giving your entire kingdom which you accumulated tirelessly, giving it to somebody as charity, that is a bigger sacrifice. That is a greater sacrifice. That is much greater than a battle. Giving away one's kingdom after being defeated in the battle, giving away one's kingdom after being killed in the battle. Compared to that, giving away kingdom and continue to remain alive. This is a bigger thing. So, such kind of people are very rare. Those who do not refuse giving in charity become more famous than those who do not refuse battle. Tirthe means in giving. It is more difficult to give up wealth than to give up one's body. Therefore, I should give up wealth. Giving up wealth is easy than giving up one's hard-earned wealth. So, that is the point which Bali Maharaj says. Hope all of you are able to follow. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yes.
मनस्विना कारुणिकस्य शोभनम्
मनस्विना कारुणिकस्य शोभनम्
यदर्ति कामोपनयेन दुर्गति
यदर्थि कामोपनयेन दुर्गतिः
कुता पुनर्ब्रह्म विदाम्बवादृशाम्
कुत पुनर्ब्रह्म विदां भवादृशाम्
ततो वटोरस्य ददामि वाञ्छितम्.
Tato vator asya dadami vanchitam. By giving charity, a benevolent and merciful person undoubtedly becomes even more auspicious, especially when he gives charity to a person like your good self. Under the circumstances, I must give this little brahmachari whatever charity he wants from me.
The glory of the generous, merciful giver is to become poor by fulfilling the desire of a requester. What to speak of fulfilling the desires of a person like you possessing spiritual knowledge? Therefore, I will give whatever the brahmachari desires. So, even any ordinary brahmana comes, we should fulfill their desire. Then what to speak of when a learned brahmana comes? Huh? A person like you possessing spiritual knowledge, how can we deny such a brahmana? So like that. Even for the sake of ordinary brahmana also one should never say no. But for a brightened, this brahmana was like fully effulgent brahmana. How can we say no to him? So like that. Then you will become poor. Shukracharya asks, you want to give up everything and you become poor? Like the people, you become poor and live like a poor man? Then he says, the glory for the person generous in giving is becoming poor by satisfying a person who makes a request. Durgati means poor. Becoming poor by fulfilling the desire of a person like you is even more glorious. I think he is directly addressing to Shukracharya. So, see, when an ordinary person comes, also we should give. When a person intelligent like you, when he comes, how can we say? Such giving brings great glory. So Shukracharya should not mind, should not feel bad. So Shukracharya, he has taken Shukracharya as a example. Like if a person intelligent like you comes, how can we say no to him? So like that.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Ah,
Prabhuji, here he is addressing Shukracharya or the Lord, because he's saying therefore whatever the brahmachari desires I will give, and he's saying what to speak of fulfilling the desires of a person like you possessing spiritual knowledge.
hmm.
Means he's saying this to Shukracharya or he's saying this to Vamandev, because if
Actually, see, when you say like Iva, when you say like, that means it's not exactly for him, but he should not feel bad. So we have taken him under consideration. This Brahmana Brahmachari who has come here asking for a charity, he is also an intelligent person like you. Just like previously Bali Maharaj offered himself to Shukracharya. Now another Brahmachari came, he is asking for some charity. So let me offer. How can I say no? Even for a ordinary Brahmana, one should not say no. Then what to speak of a well-educated, well-learned Brahmana comes for a charity? How can we say no to him? So like that.
And Prabhuji, like in all over the some time back, the other Prabhuji also asked this question.
Hmm.
But regarding the Brahmanas, like whether it should be like Vaishnava Brahmanas should be given all this, means whatever has been said, all the glories about Brahmanas, or any Brahmanas, because Smartha Brahmana generally we don't like we don't appreciate them so much because they don't follow actually like Vaishnavism, and means in practical life also we see that many times they don't follow even the basic things also.
See,
So
one second. In the Vedic culture, the way Brahmanas used to live is entirely different. Nowadays, things are different. We may not put everything as it is, so we need to act according to time, place, circumstances. In Vedic culture, Brahmanas do not have any source of income for their survival. They only subsist on charities. In Vedic culture, the Brahmana's livelihood is only simply on charity. So, when they come asking some charity from a king, obviously the kings will give charities. That's why even Shastra, only a Brahmana is qualified to take charity. Charity should not be given to anybody. Charity is only meant for the Brahmanas because a Brahmana has nothing for himself. He has dedicated his life for the service of the Lord or for the service of the society. He has no personal life. And it is the responsibility of the king to take care of such a Brahmana. That used to be the culture. But nowadays it is entirely different. In Kali Yuga, if somebody sponsors saying that, okay, I would like to sponsor Brahmanas, then everyone will be in the queue. Everyone will say that I want I'm this, sponsor me. Because Kali Yuga, the things are entirely different. We have become so selfish. We have become so self-centric. So now we may not be able to apply the same principle. But what I said to Prabhuji, Vinit Prabhu, offering respect we should offer. There is nothing we are losing in that. Giving charity we should be considerate. Whom to give charity, we should be considerate. But in when it comes to offering respect, even though he may not be a Brahmana, so to say, culturally following, but just because he's born in a Brahmana family, he is called with the title of Brahmana, offer respect. For that matter, we need to offer respect to even to grass and ant also. Then what to speak of offering respect to Brahmana? So offering respect we should offer to everyone, whether it is Brahmana or not Brahmana. If it is Brahmana, all the more we should be offering respects. But giving charity, giving one's own life, surrendering and all, one should be considerate. So it is not like every aspect. So some things can be done, some things we should be careful.
So while giving respect, how we say that we should offer respect to demigods, but not worship them. Like that, we should
Same way.
offer respect to all the kinds of Brahmanas, Smarta Brahmanas and all. But when it comes to giving charity or things, that time we should make the differentiation like that.
Even the charity also, charity to the extent of Bali Maharaj, what is going to give, that much big charity should not be done. Small charities according to the need of the hour can be done. So with that one is not in trouble.
Okay, thank you.
The point is the culture of giving charity should be maintained. So in that way.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, on the topic of charity, when you say that charity should be given only to Brahmanas, there are people who sponsor meals for children or give money to old age homes or for some medical purposes to do we cannot afford. So what is the opinion on that?
No, these are all philanthropic works. See, one second. Why charity should be given? You are there. We discussed during 7th canto last few chapters. There are three things: yajna, dana, tapa. For example, this charity given to old age homes, charity given to Annadan, charity given for some philanthropic activities. Why the charity giver is giving charity? Why the charity taker is taking charity? What is the reason behind these two?
Because he is in need of money, that will help the other people.
But what is the ultimate goal of that?
Okay, it is a temporary goal regarding to the body.
That's what. But in the Vedic understanding, when charity is given to Brahmana, the purpose of giving to Brahmana is because the Brahmana is already on the path back to Godhead. If I give charity to him, I will be an instrument. He is going back to Godhead, so that tomorrow my going back to Godhead becomes easy. Seventh canto, we discussed it elaborately.
How does giving charity to Brahmana help me go back to him?
Brahmana, by definition, is the one who is going back to Godhead. Brahma charati iti Brahmana. Brahma janati iti Brahmana. By definition, Brahmana is one who knows the absolute truth, one who the purpose of one's life is to go back home back to Godhead. He is Brahmana by definition. So among the Brahmanas, there are two categories of Brahmanas. Some Brahmanas who are aspiring to attain Sayujya Mukti, they are called Brahmavadis. Other Brahmanas who are aspiring to attain Vaikunta, they are called Vaishnavas. They are the two kinds of Brahmanas. By definition, a Brahmana is one who knows absolute truth, who made his life, who made the purpose of his life to attain absolute truth. He is Brahmana. Such a Brahmana should be given charity always. By giving charity to such a Brahmana, our going back to Godhead is also confirmed.
How is it confirmed, Prabhuji? Can you explain this?
Obviously, why we are taking initiation from spiritual master?
And
What
that is
is
not
that?
charity, no?
It is charity. You are not giving money, but you are giving your time, you are giving your whole life. Is that not charity?
Okay, in that terms. Okay.
Charity is not only money. Charity can be in any aspect.
Okay.
You are giving your swatantra. Whatever Guru says, you are ready to follow. That means you are giving your swatantrata to Guru. You are surrendering to the lotus feet of Guru. That is also charity. Charity is not only money. Even giving some time is charity. Giving some physical endeavor is charity. Giving some wealth is charity. Giving some food is also charity. Feeding someone is also charity.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
We say na annadan. Dan, the charity is there only in that annadan only, in that word. I don't know. This is my understanding. We can check with other devotees also, but this is how. I mean, seventh canto we discussed this elaborately. This point you can remember once. You can recollect also. That's why only Brahmanas are supposed to be given charity, because Brahmana by definition is he who is already on the path back to Godhead. Giving charity to such a person, our going back to Godhead is also confirmed. That's why we take shelter of spiritual master. Spiritual master is on the way back to Godhead. So if I follow in his footsteps, we also go back to Godhead. So in that way. Other charities, if we are helping people constructing old age homes, our old age will be taken care. If we are helping people giving charity for providing them food, our food will be taken care. Results will be equal and opposite. Equal and same. If we help someone today, tomorrow we will receive the results in the form of somebody else helping us. If we take care of somebody today, tomorrow somebody else will take care of us in return. So like that. This is how the principle of dharma or principle of karma works. There is one point, not exactly here. If charity is given to ordinary person, will get the result only one time return. If we give 1 unit charity, we will get 1 unit in return. If charity is given to normal Brahmana, we get the result 10 units back. If we offer 1 unit, we get the return 10 units. But if we offer charity to a Brahmana who is well educated in Brahma Jnana, if he is a Brahmavadi, like he is like Tattva Jnani, such a charity will return us 100 times. But if charity is given to the representative of the Supreme Lord, the return what we get is uncountable. We cannot count what returns we are going to get. This is a Shruti statement. It comes, I do remember somewhere in the Bhagavatam, in my notes it is there. Where exactly I don't remember. Somewhere the charity is glorified. Maybe Dadiji pastime or some other or Rantideva pastime it is glorified somewhere. I don't remember exactly. If it is there, we may get to study in the 9th canto. So in that way. So offering charity to the representative of Supreme Lord will award us uncountable returns. That's how it is said. That we can also watch for it. When Lord says, Ye yatamam prapadyante tam stava vajamiham. If we offer everything that we possess unto the Lord, Lord will also return us everything that he possesses. That is the equation. Our everything is this much. But Lord's everything will be immeasurable. Same way, Lord's representatives, everything is also immeasurable. So, like that, we can understand the meaning of that verse. Okay? I mean,
Now, Prabhuji, like last class we discussed now this point that time you said means there was a point that by giving charity one loses the wealth. And when I ask you, explain that naturally that when one is giving something, he is losing what he has.
currently. See,
Currently, yeah.
because he is discussing with Shukracharya, that was the discussion. Obviously, when you give something, you will lose currently, but the
Yeah.
result may not come tomorrow. Result will come later
Maybe
on
next
in the next
maybe
life.
next life also.
So in that way.
Oh, okay.
But Shukracharya is seeing only current thing. Is not going to see the future results.
Okay, and Bali Maharaj is talking in terms of the future results like that.
Bali Maharaj also not talking about results. Even that is also another point. When we are offering charity, we should not be thinking about the results. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्य मा फलेषु कदाचन. कर्म करते समय फल के बारे में देखना नहीं चाहिए. फल के बारे में देखेगा तो फल मिलेगा, कृपा नहीं मिलेगा. So फल मिलेगा, अपने आप मिलेगा, but one should not be conscious of the result while doing the activity. Then the fall will be in a great ratio. I mean, this is matlab, see, some things na will appear to be impractical today, but this is how the things used to be. Even now, Bali Maharaj is going to offer. He will not think that I offer to Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu promised in Bhagavad Gita that ye edamam prapadyante tamstai vajamaham. He will give me everything in return to me. वो नहीं था उनका मन में. He did not had any thought of that in mind. His thought is only when a Brahmana comes, we should never say no to him. If Lord Vishnu himself comes, how can we say no to him? Let me offer everything to him. That's all. He is thinking only that much only. Not only he, anybody in the scriptures, whoever offered charity, they would only think about current premise. Even though Shastra may say, by offering to a Brahmana, you will get this much units result return, this many times returns. All these things are there. But one should not be inspired by those things while doing charity. If we are inspired by those things while giving charity, we only get the result accordingly.
And that will be Rajasic charity.
Perfect. That becomes Rajasic. Yeah.
Yeah, like how we say that there are means at the every end of every particular pastime in the Bhagavatam there is Falashruti. But we say now that means for Vaishnavas it is not for that Falashruti we read those pastime or study those pastime, but it is for those to attract those who are yet not become Vaishnavas. So at least by that Falashruti they will hear. That is why it is given. So
Yes.
like that. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Same way, Rajasic people, at least okay, इतना result आ रहा है क्या? Let me do charity. At least they should cultivate the charity concept. So that in that way to inspire them, it is there. Yeah. Good. Okay, we'll move on. We want to discuss this Vamana becoming Trivikrama. So यजन्ति यज्ञं क्रतुबीर्यमादृता
यजन्ति यज्ञं क्रतुवीर्यमादृता
भवन्तामा आम्नाय विधानकोविद
भवन्त आम्नाय विधानकोविदा
स एव विष्णुर्वरदोऽस्तु वा परो
स एव विष्णुर्वरदोऽस्तु वा परो
दास्याममुस्मै क्षितिमैप्सितां मुने
दास्याम्यमुष्मै क्षितिमीप्सितां मुने. O great sage, great saintly persons like you, being completely aware of the Vedic principles for performing ritualistic ceremonies and yajnas, worship Lord Vishnu in all circumstances. Therefore, whether the same Lord Vishnu has come here to give me all the benedictions or to punish me as an enemy, I must carry out his order and give him the requested tract of land without hesitation.
Even though you said that this person is not a ordinary Brahmana, he is Vishnu himself disguised as a Brahmana came here, it does not matter. Even if it is Vishnu, he has come as a Brahmana, whether to give me blessings or whether to punish me, it does not matter. Since he is a Brahmana, he has come to me asking for some charity, I should not say no. I will give him the land he desired. So, Bali Maharaj says. So, Bali Maharaj is in a way saying that for him, it does not matter whether he is Vishnu or some other Brahmana, giving charity is more important. Of course, he is speaking like that just to not to show his partiality towards Vishnu, not to show his bhakti towards Vishnu in the midst of all the asuras who had trusted him till now. And also to Shukracharya is a Dharma speaker. So, in order to tackle Shukracharya, he is also talking about Dharma only. I am not giving him charity because he is Vishnu, but I want to give him charity because he is Brahmana. This is the principle of Dharma which you taught me. So, like that. But this Brahmachari is a Vishnu, your enemy, then I must definitely give to him. Prahava means let him be an enemy. So no problem. Even though he is Vishnu, indirectly, of course, this is notes Acharya has written. If he is Vishnu, then I should definitely give. So like that. But otherwise, even though if he is Vishnu, it does not matter. Let me give. He has come as a Brahmana. So like that. यद्यप्यसाव अधर्मेण
यद्यप्य असाव अधर्मेण
मां बध्नीयाद अनागसम
मां बध्नीयाद् अनागसम्
तथापि एनं न हिंसिष्ये
तथापि एनं न हिंसिष्ये
भीतं ब्रह्मतनुमृतुम्.
भीतं ब्रह्मतनुरिपु. Although he is Vishnu himself, out of fear he has covered himself in the form of a Brahmana to come to me begging. Under the circumstances, because he has assumed the form of a Brahmana, even if he irreligiously arrests me or even kills me, I shall not retaliate, although he is my enemy.
Now, see, he wanted to tell to Shukracharya saying that, see, for the sake of Devatas, Lord Vishnu had come in the form of a Brahmana, helpless Brahmana. Are we not in upper hand? We have already conquered. We have already victorious. And then what to speak of giving the land, giving life, it does not matter. Lord Vishnu came to us begging for something. So uske bada baat kaun sa hota hai? Something like that. Because he has assumed the form of a Brahmana full of fear, even if he religiously arrests me, though I am sinless, I shall not retaliate, although he is my enemy. He openly is speaking like that, although he is my enemy, because he is siding my enemy. But internally he is not feeling like that, not to make Asuras bad, not to make Shukracharya bad. He is speaking in front of them as if uh, he treats Lord Vishnu as enemy. But in the core of the heart, he does not treat like that. But since he is in the midst of Asuras, he has to speak like that. Though he is Vishnu, because he has come in the disguise of a Brahmana, he must be full of fear. He could have directly fought with me. Previously also he fought with my ancestors, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. He did not fight. Instead he came as a Brahmana. That means he has already taken lower step. I am already victorious. So why we should not give charity? So like that. I have already conquered him. So like that is saying indirectly. एषवा उत्तम श्लोको
एतवा उत्तम श्लोको
न जिहासति यद्यशः
न जिहासति यद्यश
हत्वा मैनां हरेद्युद्धे
हत्वा मैनं हृदये युद्धे
साहिता नहितो मया.
सहिता नहितो मया. Translation: If this Brahmana really is Lord Vishnu, who is worshipped by him Vedic hymns, he would never give up his widespread reputation. Either he would lie down having been killed by me, or he would kill me in a fight.
So after saying that, since if this is Vishnu, he has taken a lower position means I am already conquered. But then he becomes mindful. Then he says, "Oh, and actually, it is not like that. Vishnu is unconquerable. If Vishnu want to fight with me, he could have fought with me. He could have defeated me easily. He could have killed me easily. Because Vishnu cannot be defeated in the battle. I can never kill him. I can never defeat him. If he wanted to fight with me, he could have fought with me, he could have defeated and he could have killed me just like he killed my ancestors. Huh? But still, Lord Vishnu does not take that step. He is very much considerate upon me, he is very much merciful upon me. So he does not want to kill me. So it is better for me to give the land in charity. Instead of anyway, he will take that land. If otherwise, if I say no, he may ask for a fight. Then after the fight, anyway, he will take away everything. It is better I will give in charity and get some name. That fame will remain eternally. So like that, he is telling to Shukracharya. Since he is certainly the Lord of all fame, he will not give up his fame. If I say I will not give land, and then not tolerating a broken promise, he requests a fight and I accept, he will surely kill me in battle and take the land. But he may be defeated by you since you are a great warrior. If Shukracharya says that he may be defeated by you since you are also a great warrior, then Bali says, then will he lie down in battle killed by me? He will never lie down in battle since Vishnu cannot be killed. Though the sentence is expressed in the positive, it has a negative sense. Or the na from the previous phrase can be taken to apply to this phrase as well. So, whatever, will Vishnu be killed by me? Am I so powerful warrior? It is not so. Like that, Vishnu will never lose his fame as unconquerable or omnipotent. Vishnu means omnipotent. So, in that way. So, these are the different words spoken by Bali. It is better for me to give charity, otherwise, anyway, Vishnu will kill me. He will take away the land. So, better give it honorably. So, like that will anyway fetch me some fame. Like that, he was telling. And increase the name of my ancestors, my lineage, like that is telling. Sri Shuka Uvacha
श्रीशुक उवाच
Evam Asraditam Shishyam
एवम् अश्रद्धितं शिष्यम्
Anadeshakaram Guru
अनादेशकरं गुरु
Shashapadaiva Prahita
शशापदैव प्रहिता
Satyasandam Manasvinam.
सत्यसन्धं मनस्विनम्. Sri Shukadeva Goswami continued. Thereafter, the spiritual master Shukracharya, being inspired by the Supreme Lord, cursed his exalted disciple Bali Maharaj, who was so magnanimous and fixed in truthfulness that instead of respecting his spiritual master's instruction, he wanted to disobey his order.
Yeah, ultimately, Lord Vishnu wanted this one. Shukracharya should be displeased by Bali, by which the Brahmana's potency will be withdrawn from Bali, then only the kingdom can be taken away from Bali. For this only, Lord Vishnu was doing all these pastimes. He appeared as the son of Aditi and Kashyapa. He became a Brahmana. He came here like a Brahmana and he is asking for a charity and spoke about the glories of his ancestors. And he also spoke about the importance of satisfaction with small things also. All these things make sure that Bali should not say no to giving charity and Shukracharya should be displeased by hearing that no and then should curse him. That's all. A chayata. This is what the ultimately Lord wanted. Finally ho gaya. Sukadeva Goswami says, thereafter Shukracharya, influenced by previous offense to the Lord, cursed his exalted, generous disciple Bali Maharaja, who was fixed in fulfilling his promise, since he had become unfaithful to Guru and willing to disobey his Guru. Then Shukracharya cursed because he is not following the words of his Guru. Here one point is mentioned, influenced by the previous offense to the Lord. Let us see what it is. Asradditam means he developed lack of faith. Daiva Prahita means that Shukracharya was influenced by the previous offense, unfavorable for developing the bliss of prema to the Lord. Satyasandam Manasvinam means Bali wanted to fulfill his promise and had an exalted mind. I don't know what exactly when the offense was done, but the result of that offense is not to surrender to the Lord himself and is not allowing his disciple also to surrender to the Lord. When हुआ कब हुआ किसके प्रति हुआ पता नहीं कभी तो ऑफेंस हुआ इसका फल ये है I neither he is surrendered to Lord Vishnu nor he is willing to allow his disciple to surrender to Lord Vishnu. That's how he became angry with his disciple. Dridam Prandita Manyajna
Tridam Pandita Manyajna
Stabdosi Asmadupekshaya
Stabdosi Asmadupekshaya
Mashasanati Goyatvam
Matshasanati Goyastvam
Achirad Bhrashyate Striya.
Achirad Dhrashyase Shriyam. Although you have no knowledge, you have become a so-called learned person, and therefore you dare to be so impudent as to disobey my order. Because of disobeying me, you shall very soon be bereft of all your opulence.
Although you have no knowledge, you have become a so called learned person, and therefore you dare to be so impudent as to disobey my order. Because of disobeying me, you shall very soon be bereft of all your opulences. Achirad, Turant, Brushyase Shriya, you become bereft of all your wealth. This is the curse pronounced by Shukracharya. Panditamani can also mean respect among the learned. Ajna can also mean above whom no one has knowledge. Asmadupekshaya can mean because of my regard for the Lord. Stabda can mean fixed because of lack of fear. Of course, these are the good way to see the meanings. That even though I am Guru, I am your Guru because since I am not allowing you to surrender to Lord Vishnu, it is better that you should disobey me. So, Achirat Brushite Shriya, you will be bereft of all your opulences means you will be bereft of all your material opulences, something like that. It will come. Thus, the other meaning is as follows. Because of surpassing my order and going to Lord Vishnu, soon you will not lose your wealth for a long time. You will attain the eternal wealth given by Lord Vishnu. You may lose this material wealth, but you will attain spiritual wealth, which will never lose you. So indirectly Shukracharya blessed him. Directly Shukracharya cursed him. So in that way, Mata Saraswati can give both the meanings to the words spoken by Shukracharya. So in that way. Evam Shapta Swaguruna
Evam Shapta Swaguruna
Satyanna Chalito Mahan
Satyana Chalito Mahan
Vamanaya Dadayenam
Vamanaya Dadaenam
Architvodaka Purvakam.
Archit Architvokada Purvakam. Sukhdev Goswami continued, even after being cursed in this way by his spiritual master, Bali Maharaj, being a great personality, never deviated from his determination. Therefore, according to custom, he first offered water to Vamana Dev and then offered him the gift of land he had promised.
So even though Shukracharya cursed that you will lose everything that you possess, Bali Maharaja did not mind that and he continued. First of all, he washed the feet of Vamana and then he offered water in his hands. When I was reading these verses, I remembered what it happens in the marriage. Marriage also same thing happens. I mean, all of you are grahasthas only. You must have personally gone through also. Some of you will do also, especially the parents of the girl when they want to offer their daughter in marriage, Kanyadan, we say. First of all, the bride's feet are washed, and then through the hands of the bridegroom's feet are washed. Then the parents, the mother will hold both the hands of the girl, and the father would pour water, and that water will go into the hands of the bridegroom. So that is like Kanyadan, offering the Kanya along with the water. So same thing is done here. First he washed the feet, then offered water in the hands of Vamana. That means I am properly according to Shastra, I am giving you the charity of three pieces of land. So this is like proper. When I was reading this, I remembered the marriage, how it happens in the marriage, same thing. Yes, yes, it happens same way. Many
Yes,
years back I saw.
yes, yes,
Yes.
Prabhuji, there is a ritual.
Same procedure, na?
Yes, they offer water and they offer, I think, yeah, water. Yes.
First they wash the feet.
Yes.
Then the mother holds the palms, both the palms of the girl, and the father pours water in the girl's hand. That water will be dropped down to the hands of the boy. This is how it happened in our families. I saw child long back, many years back.
Yes, Prabhuji, there
Ah,
is custom.
yeah. I think my sister's marriage only. I not sure. I was roaming here and there. Before that, some marriage I saw this. Hmm.
In the Kanyadan
Ah,
ceremony.
same thing. Basically, this is the procedure for offering charity. To anybody we offer charity, it should be done like this, something like that, according to Shastra. विन्ध्यावलिस्तदागत्य
विन्ध्यावलिस्तदागत्य
पत्नी जालकमालिनी
पत्नी जालकमालिनी
आनिन्ये कलशं हैमम्
आनिन्ये कलशं हैमम्
अव अव अवनेजनि अपाम्बृशम्.
अवनेजनीयापमामृतम्. Bali Maharaj's wife, known as Vindhyavali, who was decorated with a necklace of pearls, immediately came and had a large golden water pot brought there, full of water with which to worship the Lord by washing his feet.
At that time, Bali Maharaja's wife Vindhyavali, who was decorated with a necklace of pearls, brought a golden pot of water for washing the Lord's feet. Of course, though in the previous verse it said, now the details are mentioned. So wife also should be part of the giving charity. When a grahastha is offering some charity, both wife and husband should be doing together. Like Kanyadan also, both wife and husband should be doing together. If the girl has only single parent, either mother or father, somebody passed away, then they will request some of their relatives who are together. Only the together can only do this ceremony. So in that way. Bali's wife was extremely shy, unexposed even to the sun, but was unable to conceal her agitation because of joy. She shed tears of joy and understanding the firm bhakti of her husband. Thus, ignoring maid servants, she personally came carrying a pot out of the confines of her room. So normally there are a lot of maid servant. The queen would come behind her. The maid servants would bring all the paraphernalia, but she personally brought because she was so happy that till now my husband was so materially ambitious, but now I can see bhakti suddenly erupting within him. She was so happy, crying profusely. She came forward personally, bringing the water pot. Some say that Jalaka means jasmine birds. It means tender with fruit flowers. Sridhar Swami says it means a type of pearl necklace. She carried a pot full of water washing the feet of the Lord. So in that way. Yajamana swayam tasya
Yajamana swayam tasya
Srimat padayugam muda
Srimad Padayugam Mudam
Ava nijjavahan murdni
Avanijavahan Murdhni
Tadapo vishwapavani.
Tadapo Vishwapavani. Bali Maharaj, the worshipper of Lord Vamandeva, jubilantly washed the Lord's lotus feet and then took the water on his head, for that water delivers the entire universe.
Yeah. This water is Charanamrut, direct Charanamrut of Lord. Every day we take Charanamrut in the temple. This water is same. So he put water on his head, he put water on his wife's head, he put water on all the nearby people, whoever willing to accept. and he considered my life is purified, something like that. Tada Surendram Divi Devatagana
Tada Surendram Dividevatagana
Gandharva Vidyadara Siddha Charana
Gandharva Vidyadharana Siddhicharana
Tatkarma Sarvepi Grunantarjavam Grunantarjavam
Tatkarma Sarvapi Grinanta Archvam
Prasunavarshairvavrushurmudanvita
Prasunavarshay Vavarshu Mudha. Translation. At that time, the residents of the higher planetary system, namely the demigods, the Gandharvas, the Vidyadharas, the Siddhas, and the Charanas, all being very pleased by Bali Maharaj's simple, non-duplicitous act, praised his qualities and showered upon him millions of flowers.
At that time, the Devatas, the Gandharvas, the Vidyadhara, the Siddhas, and the Charanas, praising Bali Maharaja's simple act, showered upon him flowers with joy. The Devatas praised his sincere act. So this is, even though he is born in the Asura family, but he is exhibiting the qualities like a Devatas. Even much more than that, all Devatas very happy. So they showered flowers upon Bali. नेदुर्मुहुर्दिन्दुभयो सहस्रशो
नेदुर्मुहुर्दुन्दुभया सहस्रशो
गन्धर्व किं पूरुष किन्नराजु जगौ
गन्धर्व किं पुरुष किन्नराजगु
मनस्विनानेन कृतं सुदष्कर्तम् सुदुष्कर
मनस्विनानेन कृतं सुदुष्करम्
विद्वानदाद्यद्रिपवे जगत्त्रयम्
विद्वानदाद्यद्रिपवे जगत्त्रयम्. The Gandharvas, the Kimpurushas, and the Kinnaras sounded thousands and thousands of kettle drums and trumpets again and again, and they sang in great jubilation, declaring how exalted a person is Bali Maharaj and what a difficult task he has performed. Even though he knew that Lord Vishnu was on the side of his enemies, he nonetheless gave the Lord the entire three worlds in charity.
So everyone is expressing their joy by playing instruments and also by uttering the words that Bali Maharaj did something which no one could have done. He knew that giving charity means giving away everything because the person who is receiving charity is none other than Lord Vishnu. But still he did it. So that shows his magnanimity. So that's what they are glorifying. Tadvamanam rupamavar Tatmamanam rupamava avardhatadbhutam
तद्वामनं रूपम् अवर्धताद्भुतम्
हरेरणन्तस्य गुणत्रयात्मकम्
हरेरनन्तस्य गुणत्रयात्मकम्
भूकं दिशो द्यौर्विवरा पयोदयस्
भूखं दिशो द्यौर्विवरापयोदयस्
तिर्यन् हृदेवा ऋषयो यदासत्या
तिर्यन्नृदेवा ऋषयो यद् आसत. The unlimited Supreme Personality of Godhead, who had assumed the form of Vamana, then began increasing in size, acting in terms of the material energy, until everything in the universe was within his body, including the earth, the planetary systems, the sky, the directions, the various holes in the universe, the seas, the oceans, the birds, beasts, human beings, the demigods, and the great saintly persons.
The form of the dwarf, the unlimited Lord, containing, this is, see the paradox, his form is dwarf, but he is unlimited. So, in that way, containing within himself the whole material realm, within whom existed the earth, ether, the direction, Swarga, Antariksha, the oceans, animals, humans, devatas, and sages, then increased astonishingly. Actually, unlimited universes are compared to a Paramanu with respect to Lord Mahavishnu. That Lord who possesses unlimited universes as small Paramanus within his skin pores, he entered into a universe as a dwarf Brahmana, and now he is going to expand. He is going to manifest his huge form. Bali previously that said that he would give Vamana whatever he wanted. 8 1938. Therefore, the Lord was free to increase his size to take whatever he wanted. Bali said, you ask whatever you want, I can offer you one island only. So that time Lord said, no, I don't want all these things. I just want some place to sit and meditate. So place to sit and meditate for himself. So but who is he? He is Ananta. So now he will show his Ananta form. Within the Lord existed all the Maya and its products. Gunatrayatmakam. Since he is the controller of all things, as Mahavishnu, everything exists within himself. Within him was situated the earth, sky, direction, Swarga, and all other creatures. Everything is within Mahavishnu. So that is indicated. काये बलिस्तस्य महाविभूते
काये बलिस्तस्य महाविभूते
सहर् सहर्त्विग् आचार्य सदस्य एतत्
सहार्दविक् आचार्य सदस्य एता
ददर्श विश्वं त्रिगुणं गुणात्मके
ददस्य विश्वं त्रिगुणं गुणात्मके
भूतेन्द्रियार्थाशयजीवयुक्तम्
भूतेन्द्रियार्थयथास्य जीवयुक्तम्. Translation: Bali Maharaj, along with all the priests, acharyas, and members of the assembly, observed the Supreme Personality of Godhead's universal body, which was full of six opulences. That body contained everything within the universe, including all the gross material elements, the senses, the sense objects, the mind, intelligence, and false ego, the various kinds of living entities, and the actions and reactions of the three modes of material nature.
While everyone watched, the Lord is slowly becoming bigger and bigger. Bali Maharaja, along with all the priests, acharyas, and members of the assembly, observed within the supreme controller of the gunas, the universe composed of the three gunas, including all gross material elements, the senses, the sense objects, the ahankara, antakarana, and all the jivas. Gunatmake means in the supreme controller of the gunas, that form was endowed with the elements, senses, sense objects such as sound, the antakarana, and the jivas. Basically, how from Karnadaksha Vishnu's glance upon Maya, Maya Devi produces the 24 elements. And the Lord is the source of all the 24 elements. In that way, everything is being seen now. All the elements, all the living entities are seen within the situated within the Lord. That kind of form is being displayed. Rasamachestangritaleetapaadayor
रसां च अष्टाङ्घ्रितलेतपादयोर्
महे महिद्रान् पुरुषस्य जग्नयो
महिन्द्रान् पुरुषस्य जङ्घयो
पतत्रिनो जानुनि विश्वमूर्तेर्
पतत्रिणो जानुनि विश्वमूर्तेर्
ऊर्वोर्गणं मारुतमिन्द्रसेनः
पूर्वोर्गणं मारुतमिन्द्रसेनः. Thereafter, Bali Maharaj, who was occupying the seat of King Indra, could see the lower planetary systems, such as the Rasatal, on the soles of the feet of Lord's universal form. He saw on the Lord's feet the surface of the globe, on the surface of his calves all the mountains, on his knees the various birds, and on his thighs the varieties of air.
Bali Maharaja, who was occupying the seat of Indra, saw the surface of the earth and the soles of the feet of the Lord's universal form. He saw on the Lord's feet objects situated on the earth. On his calves he saw the mountains. On his knees he saw various birds. And on his thighs he saw the varieties of winds. So, starting from the soles of the feet, gradually is going to see till the head of the Lord. The soles are placed on the Bhumandala, and the feet, other parts are compared to the plants, uh, mountains, and then birds and clouds. As you go upward, na, the plants are first you see. Little above the plants are mountains. Little above the mountains are the birds. Little above the birds are the clouds and winds. So till then, he saw in this verse. The form is further described in 7 verses minus one line. Rasam means the surface of the earth. Mahim means what is situated on the earth. The villages, houses, palaces, and trees, all these things. Patatrina means the birds which are situated above the mountains. Marutam means the group of winds. Indrasena means Bali, who possess the troops of Indra. Indrasena, Bali Maharaj. So, till where it gone? It went up to the winds. First the plants, mountains, birds, and winds, which are like the legs portion, thighs portion of the Lord. Beyond that, Sandhyam Vibhorva Sasiguya Aikshat
Sandhyam vibhorva sasiguhya ekshat
Prajapatinjagne Atmamukyan
prajapatim yagne atmamukhyan
Nabhyam Nabakuk Shishu Sapta Sindhun
nabhyam nabhago shishu sapta sindhu
Urukramस्योरसि च चर्क्षमालान्
urukramasyorasi charkshamalam. Bali Maharaj saw beneath the garments of the Lord who act wonderfully the evening twilight. In the Lord's private parts he saw Prajapatis, and in the round portion of the waist he saw himself with his confidential associates. In the Lord's navel he saw the sky, on the Lord's waist he saw the 7 oceans, and on the Lord's bosom he saw all the clusters of stars.
As we go upward, Bali Maharaja saw the twilight on the garments of the Lord. So, twilight means Sandhya. Of course, the sun is setting. So, from where he is situated, he looks in the setting sun direction. The sun is setting where the dhoti of the Lord is there. On the Lord's private parts, he saw the Prajapatis. And on the Lord's buttocks, he saw the chief demon associates. On the Lord's navel, he saw the sky, Bhuvarloka, Antariksha. On the Lord's waist, he saw the 7 oceans, and on the Lord's bosom, he saw all the clusters of stars. So basically, as you grow gradually upwards, on the Lord's private parts, he saw Prajapatis. All the Prajapatis are situated in the Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka. They are all at the thighs portion. And on the buttocks, he saw the chief demon associates. He saw himself and all the demons. Because that is Swargaloka. Bali Maharaja and all the demons are currently placed in Swargaloka. That is where all the Prajapatis, Saptarushis are also there. They are also performing the part of Yajna and all. So all the Brahmanas, all the Asuras and Bali Maharaj himself are at the buttocks of the Lord in comparison to the universal form. On the Lord's navel, he saw the sky. The sky refers to the Swargaloka, other part of the sky, Swargaloka. On the Lord's waist, he saw the 7 oceans. And on the Lord's bosom, he saw the cluster of stars. Let us see what they are. Atmukyam means Bali's chief demons. Though Bali was seeing the earth, he saw on the buttocks of the form of his own men, since that is where they reside on the universal form. On the other things he sees should be understood in the same way. Otherwise, since the asuras are produced from the buttocks of the universal form, he saw all the asuras in the buttocks of the Lord. Like that also we can understand. Otherwise, currently they are in Swargaloka. At the Swargaloka, Lord's portion is the Lord's buttock portion is situated in the universal form. So in that way we can understand. So like that. Next, other things. Starting from the buttocks and starting from the navel and as you go upward, what all there? हृद्यङ्गधर्मं स्तनयोर्मुरारेर्
हृदये अनङ्क धर्मं स्तनयोर् मुरारे
ऋतं च सत्यं च मनः सतेदुं मतेन्दुम्
ऋतं च सत्यं च मनस्य अतेन्द्रियम्
श्रियं च वक्षसरविन्दहस्ताम्
श्रियं च वक्षस् अरविन्दहस्तम्
कण्ठे च सामानि समस्तरूपः
कण्ठे च समानि समस्तरिपान्
इन्द्रप्रदानानमरान् भुजेषु
इन्द्रप्रधाना अमरान् भुजेषु
तत्कर्णयो ककुबोद्यौ च मूर्ध्नि
तत्कर्णयो कुकुभो दधौश्च मूर्धनि
केशेषु मेघान् च वसन्नासिकायाम्
केशेनो मेघान् चवस्वान्नं नासिकम्
अक्ष्णोश्च सूर्यं वदने च वह्निम्
अक्ष्णोश्च सूर्यं वदने च वह्निम्
वाण्यां च चन्दांसि रसे जलेशाम्
वाण्यां च छन्दसामि रसे जलेशम्
भ्रुवोर्निषेदं च विधिं च पक्ष्मषु
भ्रुवो निषेदं च विधिं च पक्षस्मसु
अहश्च रात्रिं च परस्य पुंसो
अहश्च रात्रिं च परस्य पुंसो
मन्युं तल्ललाटे दर एव लोभम्
मन्युं ललाटे अधरत् एव लोभम्
स्पर्शेशकामं नृपरेतसाम्बः
स्पर्शे च कामं नृपरिते साम्बः
पृष्ठे त्वधर्मं क्रमणेषु यज्ञम्
पृष्ठेत अधरं करमाणेषु याजनम्
छायासु मृत्युम् असि चेतमायाम्
छायाशु मृत्युं हसिते च मायम्
तनूरुहेशोषधि जातयश्च
तनोरुहेषु ओषधिः जातयश्च
नाडिश्च नाडिषु शीलनखेषु
नादिश्च नादेषु शीलनखेषु
बुधा वजं देवगणान् ऋषिं च
बुधा अजं देवगणा ऋषिं च
प्राणेषु गात्रे स्थिरजङ्गमानि
प्राणेषु गात्रे शिरसा गणज गणजामनि
प्राणेषु गात्रे स्थिरजङ्गमानि
प्राणेषु गात्रे स्थिरा जङ्गगामिनि
सर्वाणि भूतानि ददर्श वीरः
सर्वाणि भूतानि ददर्श वीरः
Mataji, you don't read. I will only read and explain.
Okay.
O king, on the heart of Murari, he saw dharma. On the chest, both pleasing words and truthfulness. In his mind, the moon. On his chest, uh, the goddess of fortune with a lotus flower in her hand. Many things which are similar to the universal form which we read in the previous cantos. Canto 2, Canto 3, there was a lot of discussion about universal form. So accordingly, Palimara is also seeing. On the heart of Murari, he saw the religiousness and dharma. On the chest, both pleasing and truthful words. In his mind, the moon, because moon is the deity of the mind. On his chest, the goddess of fortune with a lotus flower, that is the place of Mother Lakshmi. On his neck, all the Vedas and all the syllables. On his arms, the Devatas, headed by Indra. In both ears, all the direction. Ears mean Digdevatas. On the head, Swarga. On his hair, here Swarga means not Swarga Loka, because head portion is much above, it's supposed to be little bit. Swarga and above Swarga Loka and all we should consider. And his hair, the clouds are there. In his nostrils, the wind is there. On his eyes, the sun is there. And in his mouth, Agni is there. In his words were all the Vedic verses. On his tongue was Varuna. Tongue means water, water is Varuna. On his eyebrows were the rules and prohibitions. Vidhi and Nisheda, they are there on the eyebrows. And on the opening and closing of his eyelids were the day and night. On his forehead was anger, because Brahma also, when he became angry, from his forehead came 11 Ruduras. And on his lips was greed. O king, in his touch was lusty desires, in his semen were all the waters, on his back was religion, and in his wonderful activities was the fire of sacrifice, on his shadow was the death, in his smile was the illusory energy, on the hairs of his body were all the drugs and herbs, that means all the plants. The skin hairs are the plants. In his veins were all the rivers. In the nails were all the stones. In his intelligence was the Lord Brahma. The Devatas in Lord's intelligence were Brahma, Devatas, and great sages. Throughout his entire body and senses were all living entities, moving and stationary. Like that, Bali Maharaj seeing the Lord as a universal form, and he see the entire universe. All the different category beings are being situated in the form of the Lord. Kritam means pleasing words. Samasta Repaha mean the syllables of the alphabets, represented by the sound R. Dyav means Swarga. Rase means on the tongue. Pakshasu means on the opening and closing of the eyelids. Retata stands for Retasi, in the semen. Kramaneshu means in the striding. Oshadi Jatayo should be Oshadi Jatihi. Praneshu means in the senses. So like this, the Lord expanded throughout the universe. Bali saw everything within the Lord, being situated in the Lord. Looks like until Swarga and above Swarga, he expanded himself. So in that way. Sarvatmanidam bhuvanam niriksha
सर्वात्मजीदं भुवनं निरीक्ष
sarve surakshakashmalamapuranga
सर्वे सुराकश्मलमापुरङ्ग
sudarshanam chakramasaya tejo
सुदर्शनं चक्रमस् असह्य तेजो
dhanushya sarangam स्तनयेन्तु घोषम्
धनुश्च श्राङ्गं शारङ्गं स्तनयेतु घोषम्. O king, when all the demons, the followers of Maharaj Bali, saw the universal form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who held everything within his body, when they saw in the Lord's hand his disc, known as the Sudarshan Chakra, which generates intolerable heat, and when they heard the tumultuous sound of his bow, all of those caused lamentation within their hearts.
O king, when all the demons saw the universal form of the Supreme Lord, who held everything within his body, when they saw in the Lord's hand the Sudarshana Chakra, and when they saw his thundering bow of intolerable power, they became perturbed. So Lord not only became bigger, he also possessed all the weapons. So they could see Sudarshan Chakra, the Saranga bow, which is twanging, that produce huge sound, etc. etc. So everything they are seeing. And then he also sees that all the great sages are offering obeisances to the Supreme Lord. पर्जन्यघोषो जलजा पाञ्चजन्या
पर्जन्यघोषो जलजा पाञ्चजन्या
कौमोदके विष्णुगदा तरस्विनी
कौमोदकी विष्णुगदा तरस्विनी
विद्याधरोषि शतचन्द्रयुक्तस्
विद्याधरोऽसि शतचन्द्रयुक्तास्
तूनोत्तमाौ अक्षयसायकौ च
तूर्णोत्ममावक्षया सायकोचा. Translation: The Lord's conch shell named Panchajanya, which makes sounds like that of a cloud, the very forceful club named Kaumodaki, the sword named Vidyadhara, with a shield decorated with hundreds of moon-like spots, and also Akshay, Akshayaskaha, the best of queers. All of this appeared together to offer prayers to the Lord.
Yeah. The Lord's conch shell named Panchajanya, which made sounds like that of a cloud, the very forceful club named Kaumodaki, the sword named Vidyadhara, his shield decorated with hundreds of moon-like spots, and also Akshaya Sayaka, two excellent quivers, offered praise to the Lord. All his weapon personified, they began to offer praise to the Supreme Lord. Then Sudarshana and others who were watching the Lord began to praise him. The verb is in the next verse. His sword is called Vidyadhara. His shield is engraved with 100 moons. So Lord weapon should be known. Chakra is Sudarshan Chakra. Shanka is Panchajanya. Gada is Kaumodaki. Bow is Saranga. The sword is Vidyadhara. And shield name is not there. And Turi, Akshaya Turi is Akshaya Sayaka. These are the different names of the weapons of the Lord. Then what? Sunandamukya Upatasturisham
सुनन्दमुख्या उपतस्थुरीशम्
Parshadamukya Sahalokapala
पार्षदमुख्या सह लोकपाला
Spurat Kiritangadameena Kundala
स्फुरत्किरीटाङ्गदमीनकुण्डला
Srivassaratnottamameकालाम्बरै
श्रीवत्सरत्नोत्तममेखलाम्बरै
मधुव्रतश्रुग्वनमालयावृतो
मधुव्रतस्त्रग्वनमालयावृतो
रराजराजन् भगवानुरुक्रमः
रराजराजन् भगवानुरुक्रमा
क्षितिम् उदैकेन बलेर्विचक्रमे
क्षितिं पदैकेन बलेर्विचक्रमे
नभाशरीरेण दिशश्च बाहुभिः
नभाशरीरेण दिशश्च बाहुभिः. These associates, headed by Sunanda and other chief associates, and accompanied by all the predominating deities of the various planets, offered prayers to the Lord, who wore a brilliant helmet, bracelets, and glittering earrings that resembled fish. On the Lord's bosom were the lock of hair called Srivatsa and the transcendental jewel named Kaustubha. He wore a yellow garment covered by a belt, and he was decorated by a flower garland surrounded by beads. Manifesting himself in this way, O King, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose activities are wonderful, covered the entire surface of the earth with one footstep, the sky with his body, and all directions with his arms.
The chief among the Lord's associates, among those the chiefs headed by Nanda, Sunanda, Prabala, Arhana, Jaya, Vijaya, etc., accompanied by all the devatas protecting the planets, offered praise to the Lord. The Lord who wore a brilliant crown, bracelets, and earrings that resembled a fish, Makarakundala, with Srivasta and Kaustuba on his chest, wearing a yellow garment covered by a belt, with garland surrounded by bees in the shape of a garland, shone brilliantly. O king, the Supreme Lord, whose activities are wonderful, covered the earth belonging to Bali with one step, the sky with his body, and all the directions with his arms. Now Lord asked for 3 pieces of land for charity. Na? With one step, he covered the Bhumandala, which also includes Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala. The 7 lower planetary systems and Bhumandala, total 8 lokas are occupied by one step. And he's standing. So the sky means Bhuvar Loka, the Antariksha, with his body, and all the directions with his arms. There was a figure, not here. It showed the both the hands are spread outward. So he occupied the all directions by his hands. So in that way. Basically, if you remember, we said Lord Vamana wanted 3 paces of land. If with our steps, if we walk both in the length and width direction, 3 paces of 3 steps, you are on one step, then second and third. If one step to other step is about 1.5 feet, it will be 3 per 3 feet, 3 steps, it will be 3 feet, 1.5 plus 1.5. So 3 feet lengthwise, 3 feet breadthwise, total 3 by 3 square feet. That was the area Lord Vamana wanted where he can sit and do meditation originally. Now same way, see that means the space is required for the body at the base, for the body and the height wise also. So that way it is understood. With feet, he occupied the Bhumandala and several lower planetary systems. With his own body and hands, he occupied Bhurloka and Swargaloka. So in that way. Of course, this picture is not correct. Bhumandala is not like spherical earth globe, it is like entire thing. Suddenly, I just got a picture, I put it, but that is not correct. The chief among the associates offered prayers unto the Supreme Lord, and best among those headed by Sunanda offered prayers. The Lord was covered with a garland with bees in the shape of a garland. The action of Urukrama is next described. So, one step he occupied. What about the second step? That is mentioned in the next verse. Padam dvitiyam kramatastrivishtapam. Hare Krishna.
Padam
Padam
Dvitiyam Kramatastrivishtapam
Na vai tritiya tadiyam mano api.
न वै तृतीयाय तदीयम् अन्वपि
Urukramasyangriruparyato.
उरुक्रमस्याङ्घ्रिरुपर्युपर्यथो
Maharjanabhyam tapasa param gataha.
महर्जनाभ्यां तपसा परं गतः. As the Lord took his second step, he covered the heavenly planets, and not even a spot remained for the third step, for the Lord's foot extended higher and higher beyond Maharlok, Janalok, Tapalok, and even Satyalok.
As the Lord took his second step, he covered the heavenly planets, which includes Svargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, all the things. And not even a spot remained for the third step. For the Lord's foot extended higher and higher beyond Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, and even Satyaloka. So with 1 feet he occupied the Bhuloka, with the abdomen and his whole body occupied the Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka. With the second feet has he raised. From Swargaloka it covered all the way up to Satyaloka. The whole thing vertically is occupied by the feet of the Lord. After covering the earth, the second step using his left foot covered the heavens. First right foot he placed on the Bhumandala, he covered the entire earth. Then left foot he raised, so he covered the entire sky and above. Bali's dwelling place. He covered the heavens, which is the dwelling place of Bali. He started from Sarga and went ahead. For the third step, there was no room left. Though Vamana requested only 3 steps of land, his arms and upper body spread over the sky about Swarga and all. This is not improper, since the word land also includes everything above the land. This is the explanation of Sandarbha. Or somebody may say that no, the portion occupied by the abdomen and hands is not supposed to be considered. Not like that. When you say land, this much land belongs to me means it is not just on the surface of the land. On that land, from the surface of the land till the sky, in that land you can construct 1 story, 10 story, 100 story also. No one will say you cannot go beyond 1 story. The land only belongs up to 1 story, beyond 1 story belongs to somebody else. No one can say like that. So when Lord put 1 step on the Bhumandala, in a way, the entire sky above the Bhumandala is also supposed to be part of 1 step only. So with 1 step only, Lord covered the entire universe. But still, Lord is okay, no problem. 2nd step, with that he covered everything. So in that way. Others explain that the 2nd step is also included the sky, and that the Lord covered everywhere with the 2nd step. Even if somebody says, okay, it may be so, but not every entire sky, maybe 1 story, 2 story, 10 story, not beyond that. Okay, if that is the case, beyond 10 story, I cover with the 2nd step. So like that, Lord covered the entire sky. The 2nd step increased in size from Maharloka to Janaloka, and then from Tapaloka it went up to Brahmaloka. Some say that his toenails broke the shell of the universe. Others say that after he broke the 8 layers of the universal shell, the Viraja, causal ocean water, entered our universe. Of course, that will be explained in the next chapter. I suppose maybe here or maybe in the 9th canto. 9th canto, Balimara, the Bhagirath Maharaj section, Ganga comes. But maybe some hint might be given in the next chapter. I did not read. So Ganga concept also will come here. Anyway, it came already in the 5th canto. So this is how Lord Vamana expanded, and in 2 steps he occupied entire thing. And this is how the chapter ends. But just I need 2 more minutes. In our childhood, in the school, maybe 8th or 9th class, in our Telugu subject, we had some shlokas from Telugu Bhagavatam. There was a Telugu poet who kind of translated Srimad Bhagavatam into Telugu. It is called Potana Bhagavatam. So there he wrote a verse. When he translated, did not translate exactly as it is, but he recomposed a newer verses consisting the same essence as Bhagavatam. Of course, in the Bhagavatam, if you see, this verse talks about the 2nd step, and this verse talks about the 1st step and all other things. But these 2 verses put together are presented in one verse only. That one verse is covered here. So both Telugu and Roman also is there. So it is read like this. ఇంతింతై వటుడింతై మరియు దానింతై నవో బీదిపై నంతైతో ఇద మండలాగ్రమున కల్లంతై ప్రభారాశిపై నంతై చంద్రుని కంతై ధ్రువిని పైనంతై మహర్వాటిపై నంతై సత్య పదోన్నతుండగుచు బ్రహ్మాండాంత సంవర్తి అయి. So basically, as Vamana is growing bigger and bigger, this verse is describing. Intintai Vatudintai. Vatudu means the Vatu, that Brahmana is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger and much bigger than that. He crossed Nabo Vitipai means he crossed Bhuvarloka. Then Toya the Mandalagramana Kallantai means he crossed all the clouds. Toya means water. Toya the Mandala means all the clouds, the stream of clouds. And then Prabha Rashipayanantai, he went beyond all the luminaries, the stars. And then Chandruni Kantai, he went beyond the moon. Dhruvini Payanantai, he went beyond the moon, Dhruvaloka. Then Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka. Then until Satyaloka, his feet increased. Thus, his whole personality occupied the entire universe, starting from Bhumandala to Satyaloka, Brahmanda Samvartyai. While Lord Vamana is increasing like that, it was setting sun. Sun was setting. Sun will be horizontally, and the horizontal side is there. How his growth is compared with the position of the sun, that is explained in the next verse. So this says Ravibimbambupamimpam Bhatramagu Chatrambai Shiroratnamai Shravanalankrtamai Shravanalankrutiyai Galabharanamai Sauvarna Keyuramai Chavimatkankanamai Katistali Nudanchad Nupura Pravarambai Padapītamai Vatudu Dha Brahmanda Munninduchon. It says that Ravibimbam, the setting sun, Bhupamimpa Bhatramagu Chatrambai. Initially, the setting sun was like umbrella upon Vamana. That means the sun was above the height of Vamana. Then Shiro Ratnamai, as Vamana is increasing, the sun became like Shiro Ratnam, the jewel on the forehead. Shravana Lankrutihai, then sun became the diamond garlanding the neck. Shravana Lankrutamai, Gala Bharanamai, then garland on the chest. Sauvarna Keyuramai, then garland on the arms. Keyura, where we wear the Keyura. Chavivat Kankanamai, then it became like the Chavi means ear, the Kankana on the ears. Then Katistali Nudanchat Ganta Yai, then it became the Katistali means waist. It became part of the waist belt. That much Vamana is increasing. And then Nupura Pavarambai, it became Nupur. Then Padapitamai, then it became the Padapita means the slippers of the Lord. The sun is appearing to be like the slippers of the Lord, as the Lord is filling the entire universe. So this is how, as the Lord is increased, and in comparison to the Lord's increment, the sun is indicated. So like this, how Vamana became Trivikrama is being described in this chapter. So Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, like Bali Maharaj had promised to give him the 3 paces of land. So means as it was discussed in the beginning also, that one can give charity of what one has. What one doesn't have cannot be given as a charity, right?
Yes.
So, like, means Bali Maharaj was ruling over Swarga and other planetary system that is known. But was he ruling the upper, like Mahaloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka also?
He was not ruling. But in one sense, those who are ruling Swarga, they are also the rule of the entire universe. See, it is like, even though the upper planetary systems, they do not need anybody else's rule, but they accept. Because Indra is the king of the Swargaloka, is also king of the entire universe. So, when Indra is Indra, all the Rishis respect him as Indra only. They don't respect that, oh, you are a king of that portion of the universe. Not like that. They will never do like that. So, technically, they are not under his rule, but conceptually, when somebody becomes Indra, the entire universe is under his care and protection.
Okay. So that means the like Brahmaji is not the main ruler of Satyaloka. Means at the conceptual level, Indra only will stay as the
See, now
supreme.
simple to understand. There are 10 Brahmanas, all of them are busy doing meditation. What kind of rule you will do upon them? Somebody who is doing meditation continuously, क्या करेंगे उनको? What rule you will apply upon them? What control you apply upon them? What taxes you collect from them? They does not need electricity, they does not need water, they does not need anything.
Yeah.
So it's like that. Even if you say that I am the ruler of all of you, they'll say, okay, रहने दो बाबा, आप क्या करें? आप जो करना है कर लो, हम जो करना है हम करेंगे. So like that.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
The Manus, then they ruled only the Bhumandal.
Yes. The Manu and human kings rule the Bhumandala, and Indra will rule technically the entire universe. But upper 4 anyway, no rule is required, nothing is required, nothing to rule there. And
Yes.
bottom 7 anyway, they will not accept your rule.
Yes.
So in that way, technically speaking, practically speaking, Bhuloka, Borloka, Sargaloka.
Mhm. Thank you.
Okay, so the Indra is also the king of Bhuloka also, Prabhuji.
Yes, in one sense, he the lord of everything is the lord. Like prime minister is the lord of every state also. But the state, the local government will take all the what you can say, all the decisions.
Okay.
Hmm.
The Manus are the state governors, like kind of.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Other devotees? Fine. So thank you very much for staying late. So we have completed